God's touch in everything that science ever recognizes. Because guess what? Without God, there would be no science, there would be no table of elements.
Right.
Chemistry, that's right, God rules. Well, Rupert Sheldrake is a very well-known author of a couple of books called The New Science of Life and also Morphic Resonance. And in his book, he said that the molecule known as xylitol, how many of you know xylitol? It's an alternative sweetener, right? You probably use it.
Okay. Sure.
Xylitol in the 19th century, did you know that it was a liquid at room temperature? It was not a crystal sugar as you normally see it today. It was a liquid. But something changed in the morphology of xylitol. Now, all it has in it is carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. That's it. You and I are mostly made of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen in terms of just the physical elements. And by the way, when the radical left says they're declaring a war on carbon, that's a war on us. On all of us, because we are carbon. Yep. Plants are carbon, trees are carbon, food is made out of carbon. So listen to the words of these leftists. When they say they want a war on carbon, they're saying they want a war on life itself. Yep. We should listen because they're telling us their plan. By the way. And their plan does not include us.
Oh my God.
So, in this book, Rupert Sheldrake talks about xylitol learning a new way to form its molecules together, a new way to freeze at room temperature. In other words, to create a new morphology which would melt at first about 61 degrees Celsius, and then later on another form that melted at 94 degrees Celsius. Now, once this happened in one lab, in one location, all the other xylitol everywhere else around the world would never go back to the liquid form.
Wow.
The xylitol everywhere simultaneously began to form into this new morphology. Now, how do you explain that? Well, modern science can't explain that. Physics and chemistry can't explain that at all. They've given up explaining it. Well, there's something else that does explain it. Turns out these molecules instantly communicated. Yep. And they did it through a system of what's called morphic resonance. Now, this is from a scientist that wrote